Hello there, everybody. I am the Raider, and this is probably going to be a video not so fun because it's a problem. Now, there's no problems with me or the channel. The channel's fine. I'm fine. My family were fine. This problem isn't to do with me per se. It's to do with the world. And I know I'm not a very political channel. I'm not. I don't like, talk about politics and everything here very much. I've done a few serious videos, like my Black Lives Matter video in 2020, and my childhood stories that I did with my mum not that long ago, and a few others. But I saw something today that not only angered me but upset me personally. It's this whole problem with the world at the moment that men and women have issues, and there is a majority of both men and women who disregard the other's problems. Um, Now, I would like to make my stance on the matter very clear from the beginning so that none of this can be taken out of context. I do believe that there are both problems that men and women have. I am not disregarding women's problems, and I'm definitely not, saying that women don't have problems. We both genders have problems, and I'm not saying that one's worse than the other. I'm just saying that both of them, both genders have problems, and they are in need of solution because we're getting to the point where we're physically attacking the other people who are involved. Like, I go on Instagram and I see that some woman has beaten her husband, or some husband has beaten his wife or something, and it sickens me. Now, I get it. Situations and things like that, they can be difficult. Okay? I'm not saying that it's all just because women hate men or men hate women. No. It's very situational. And um, you may have seen that over the past few months, I haven't been uploading to TikTok whatsoever. There is a reason for that. Sorry, my dog is roaming around the house. Go on, you're. But the reason I haven't been posting on TikTok is, one, it was taking up too much space on my phone, so I got rid of it. And two was because that was the main platform that I saw most of this on. Don't get me wrong, there was some on Instagram and stuff like that. But yeah, it sickens me. It sickens me that men get attacked in the streets by these women who think that men don't have problems, and women get attacked as well by men who think that women don't have problems. It's a problem. It's a real problem. Because if we're getting to the point where we're willing to attack or hurt or possibly even, I hate the phrase, but unaliving people because of this, it needs to stop. Now, I know I'm a small time creator who hasn't got like millions and millions of followers. This video was purely for my peace of mind because it is getting to the point where it's gone beyond it's gone beyond you know feminism and you know men's awareness, things like that. It's gone way beyond that now, to the point that this world is gonna fall apart. So, what this video is purely about is me giving my 2 cents on the issue and mentioning some things that have happened to me and maybe broadly going into my relationship as well. Now, I did speak to my girlfriend before this. I did ask if I could mention her by first name, but she would rather not at the moment, um, and that's fine. So, me and my girlfriend, we have been together for 5 years now, and we have had issues in that relationship as well. We have had arguments, and I wouldn't exactly say that either one of us particularly caused it. It was miscommunication and a bunch of other things as well. As I said, I'm not going to get too specific with it because that is my personal relationship. But we have spoke about this before, and we do see each other's points as well. And that's what this world is currently lacking. It's understanding. It's that connection. I don't quite know how to say it because I don't want what I'm saying to be taken out of context at all. Um, but I personally have seen misogyny, or whatever the man term is. That's how bad it is. I don't even know the man term for it. But I have seen both sides of the coin. And as I said, I'm not political at all. I'm not a patriot. I don't really care about politics. As long as the country is still alive and not being bombed or something, then I couldn't really care less. All right. But it's depressing. And cycling on to depression and things like that, I actually did some research. Funny, me doing research. Never done one for a video before. Normally I just wing it, but this is too sensitive of a subject to not do it. I looked into some stats, we'll say. And I'm going to speak about both problems. Obviously, I'm not a woman. I don't understand women problems as much as women do. So I'm just going to say what I do know for certain, and if I do get anything wrong, feel free to correct me in the comments. You know, tell me some of your issues, tell me things like that. Tell me some of the issues that women face because I would love to learn more about it. But I'll start off a bit bold then. 700,000 men a year. I think that was the stat. At least it was in 2022, I believe. Could be the same now. Not too sure. But 700,000 men on a rough, like there is more a year. And talking about my childhood stories, the video that I did with my mum about a month or two ago, it made me realize that I do want to talk about these things. And I don't have many people to talk to. I've got my girlfriend, I've got my best friend, but my family, we care about one another. Don't get me wrong, we love each other to bits, but we don't tend to do this whole soppy talk thing. Not because we're toxic or anything like that, it's just something that's never really come up. So I wanted to talk about it and just get my views and my issues out a little. So When I was, I think, 14, 15, I was bullied heavily. Now, I'm not saying this for attention or anything. This does link into the actual story, trust me. I was bullied relentlessly at high school to the point where I had to drop out because people thought I was insane. People genuinely were terrified. It was only a couple of years later that um, my ADHD and my autism came to light. And then that's when people started connecting the dots. But in that time, I got to the point where I harmed myself. I do still have scars. They're all center body mostly. Um, I doubt they're that visible anymore. It was a fair few years ago, but I do have scars. I know what depression is. I have been through it. I have seen it, and excuse me. Right. Sorry for that little jump cut there. I was getting a bit more comfy. I know the issues that men face. I've lived them, and by God, I know it's not easy. But it doesn't mean that women shouldn't have a voice. It doesn't mean that, we should shut up all the women just so that men can have a voice. No. Everybody's problems are equal. They're both equally important. Because as soon as one overshadows the other, we lose people. And people are the strongest force on this planet. If we unite, we can come together and sort this out. But the problem is that we're so set in our ways that that seems near on impossible. Now, I love I love where I currently am in life. Sure, there's changes that I can make. There's different things I could have done differently to get to where I am. And I know that I, like many other people, have made mistakes. But I don't let it torment me. That's the difference. That's the thing that most men, I'll be honest, there is a fair few men who do say that women should just shut up, and I don't agree with that at all. Um, so what I'm about to say, I wouldn't like to be taken out of context. I understand both perspectives as best I can, and I am always willing to learn more. But just because you've had a difficult life doesn't mean the other person that you're taking it out on, or getting annoyed at in the street, or punching because you have nothing else better to take your anger out on, it's not right. Just because you've been through shit doesn't mean someone else hasn't. Life in the current state of political tension, and with global crises, and with things like global warming, with the threat of nuclear war being passed off in a matter of minutes, with America, Russia, everybody going at each other's necks. It's sick. Life is difficult. I never say that it isn't. But what we need is a bit of unity. And no, I don't mean Assassin's Creed unity. I mean some unity among people. So, while I don't want to be labelled as misogynistic or anything, I'm going to say this, and this is just from what I've seen, but this morning, this is what I was talking about at the beginning of the video, the thing that pissed me off and upset me, is I saw videos of women beating their husbands because they got angry. I see women taking their children away from their fathers because they got annoyed at them. I saw men being condescending dickheads to women. I saw men mistreating women in all sorts of ways. And the fact that that's what Instagram and social media has become, it's sick. Sorry if you just heard my dog bark, by the way. You're right. Goodbye. And all of those videos that I scrolled through, it's horrid. It's harrowing to see. It's harrowing to think that if you love someone, why hit them? Why hurt them? Both emotionally and physically. Now, as I said, me and my girlfriend have been together for 5 years. And it has gotten to the point where we are planning to take things to the next level relatively soon. So I could never imagine a world where I would hit her because I'm angry, or I could never imagine a world that she would hit me because she's angry. We've had disagreements, yes, but that is human nature. There are sometimes topics that make us butt heads. But I never hurt her. And that's what love is. It's about showing you're compassionate to someone else, giving the understanding that they've been through hell. And, just being the type of person who you can give them a hug when they're sad or when you're sad. I don't know how to say it. So, yeah, it sickens me. And I am struggling to articulate what I want to say in words. Like, I saw a video earlier this morning of a man in the streets being attacked by a woman, all because he said no to her. He said he didn't want to date her, so she physically attacked him. Now, I know that that's just one video, and I'm probably not getting both sides of the story, but still, it is something that does happen. Now, something like this needs to be brought to light. And as I said, I know I'm not a massive YouTuber with millions of followers, so the chances of this video even being seen by many people is very slim. But I still have to make it because I feel like even if it's a small voice, an extra voice is always good. So these issues where women are beating on men because they don't get what they want, and the men doing the exact fucking same, in honesty, to women, it needs to stop. And the only way that it's gonna stop is if we all make it stop. We start respecting people for who they are, for what they've been through. Now, I don't want what I've said in this video, I don't want people feeling sorry for me for what I said earlier about my scars, things like that. I don't want things like that being said because this video isn't about me. This video is about the world and where we currently are. And honestly, it's about where we'll be if something doesn't change. We all need to stop thinking that we're the most important person on the planet. What happened to love thy neighbour? What happened to respect your fucking elders? And now I know, as a kid, you're a bit rebellious, you know, you don't want to respect your elders, and you don't respect your dad or your mum and things like that. I get that, but we're not kids anymore. I'm a 21-year-old man living in this current economy, in this current economy, in this current situation. This world is basically falling apart at the seams because we're killing it. Not just with things like global warming or things like that, but with losing trust and faith in people. Now, I don't want to say that anybody can't, you know, say their issues and I don't even know. Let me retake that one. I'm not saying that men are more important. I'm not saying that women are more important. But I don't think people should be attacked for what they believe or for what they've been through or for who they are. All of these factors, racism, sexism, fucking all of it, misogyny. I think the male term for it actually is misandry. I may be wrong about that one. I'm not too sure. But I've only ever heard it once in my life, and even then, I'm not too sure if it was a joke or not. Sorry if I keep pausing, by the way. That's me trying to think about what I'm trying to say. This world is falling apart. Just you. This world is falling apart. Oh, he's going to go off on one of his mad ones. Hey! Yeah, you off. So, I guess the whole point of this video is to say people, not women, not men, people. In general, everybody. Fuck your fucking ideas up. Stop thinking that we ourselves are the most important person on this planet because you've got to think, in the entire grand scheme of the universe, we are the dust. We are the fucking crumbs behind the couch of this universe. And we think we're important. We're not. We're trying to make it to the next day without getting fucking beaten by the one that we love, whether it be man or female. We're trying to make it to the next day without being fucking aggravated and assaulted and like borderline like borderline unalived. All of these issues, they can go away if we put in the effort. And this is me putting in my effort. I know it isn't much. I know that I'm not donating hundreds of thousands of pounds to like charities all over the place and all of that, but it's a voice. And while I don't expect a lot of people to see this, I hope that someone watching this goes out after watching this video and you pay forward a good deed. If you see a homeless man, give him a fiver or something. Just make it so that he can get to that next day. If you see a woman if you see a man beating his wife in public, this one is to the men. If you see a man beating his wife in public, it is your fucking duty to throw fucking hands. And the same for you women. You see a woman mistreating her man, it's your fucking job to ground the bitch. Okay? We gotta help each other. Look out for each other. Because sometimes when you're in that sort of relationship or you're in that sort of time, you don't quite even notice that it's abusive. Now, I'm not encouraging fighting. I'm encouraging people to be people. I'm encouraging people to help when needed. I'm not saying jump in front of a bullet for everybody. I'm not saying if a store's getting robbed, you gotta be the Superman to drop kick the prick. Because there are specified people that handle that. Like the police force or SWAT if you're in the US, or military, SAS, things like that. If we're being attacked or something on that grander scale, they'll step in. But if you see someone getting beaten down, I don't care whether it's a man or a woman doing the beating. God gave you a right hook for a reason. Okay? Now I know this is all very weird coming from me, considering most of the videos that I make, they're about games. I'm just a typical country English bloke who likes his guns, likes his explosions, likes his weapons and tactics, likes his knives, likes his swords and things. I'm a massive weapons guy. That's me. All right? But even someone like me in my position, which honestly isn't fantastic, but it's also not, terribly shit. It means that someone like me can say what they want. Freedom of speech is a lovely thing, even though that's pretty soon going to be taken away. But while I've still got that, I'll keep fighting the good fight. And if you agree with me, or want to put in some issues in the comments that you've had, um, go for it. I will read every single comment. I will read everything. I will reply to every comment. And honestly, I have a question. What are some of the issues that women face? I know a few. I know a decent bit, but I know it's individual to the person. So I'm not saying you have to, but if you want to maybe just make something become a little bit more to the surface, drop a comment. I don't know why I pointed over there. Drop a comment below, and you can share very broadly if you want some experiences or some issues that you've had. But I don't even know if I've covered the topic well in this video. I'm just trying because someone needs to say something. And even if I get hate for this video, even if I get people like annoyed at me for this, it's the truth. It's how I feel. We need to stop this segregation of men and women and become what feminism wanted for ages and what honestly men didn't want for ages, which is equal. Men used to run the fucking world. God forbid a woman was a leader at the time. Sarcasm, by the way. I feel like that's something to point out when I'm sarcastic in this video. But women have been through hell in history. Men have also been through hell in history. And both of us are pinning the blame on each other in the modern day. Now, I get why women are annoyed at men, but we're not the same men. We're not the type of men who would slap their wife if they didn't cook dinner in time or something stupid. Modern day men, a lot of the good men, they don't want relationships because they've seen how they go. It's always, this one is true because it's very rare that I've actually seen a woman come out and say something like this. I saw it literally once this morning. Women always women always say, "Where are the good men at?" We're here. I'd never raise my fist to a woman unless my life was in danger. Sarcasm. Well, not really. If my life was in danger, I would. But I would never raise my hand to a woman because I was annoyed. Never in a million years because I was raised right. And my parents, while they may have made some mistakes, I think they've instilled some good moral value in me to pass on that. Now, I get why men don't want marriage in this modern day and age. They don't want union, things like that, because the risk outweighs the benefit. In all honesty, if you're not 100% certain, like I am with my relationship, women can leave and take half of everything you got. And women can leave, take the kids. I think I actually read the statistics of it. In America, I believe it was, I think it was 86% of custody battles, the children were awarded to the women or to the mother. 14% of cases, they get awarded to the father. Now, while I know, again, heavily situational, it does show something. Now, I'm not gonna continue this video for much longer because I feel like I've already said a lot of controversy. So, yeah, by the way, this video is not going to be edited. My intro, outro will not be in it. I may do a little jump cut in the middle for when I move the camera a little. I might not. I might just upload this raw footage. In fact, I think I probably will. But to end out this video, I want to see some change. And I'm sure that there are a lot of people out there that want to see change as well. But we need to stop railroading this idea that men are more important or that women are more important. We're both skin and bones. All right, skin, muscle, bones, and a little bit of blood. That's it. So I feel like I just had to get some of that out. Not just for video's sake. As I said, I'm not doing this for views. I'm doing this because I want to. Just, if you've made it this far in the video, one, thank you. And two, if you see a bloke who's looks annoyed or upset, just give him a hug. Obviously, if you know him, don't go randomly up to people on the street. That sends across the wrong message. But if you see someone you love who's hurting, be it male or female, just give them a hug. Because before you know it, they could be gone. Okay? Make that fucking promise to me. Because this earth has got a lot of controversy in it at the moment. A lot of pain. I just don't want to see more of my brothers and sisters. And by that, I mean everybody. I don't want to see more of my kind lose their life or their sanity or their mind or whatever. I don't want to see them lose any part of them due to neglect or heartbreak or self-unaliving. Hey, look, I said it without the air quotes this time. So I'm going to end this video before it gets too long. But thank you for watching. Come join me on Twitch, things like that. I stream every now and then. Keep an eye out for the next video. The next video will be a hell of a lot more brighter than this. Might be some Sniper Elite 3 or something. But yeah, thank you. Thank you for listening. And I hope that this video helped at least one person feel a bit more validated. There he is. So yeah. I love all of you. Everybody. There he is. Pum pum. I love each and every single one of you that not only watch my videos, but who exist and live on this planet. So thank you. Hopefully, I don't see you becoming a statistic. See you later.